Good morning. Shall we begin? Am I audible? Screen is visible, clear. Okay. Before we start with revisions, let us do a recap of income statement. Income is classified under two heads: revenue from operations and which one? Other incomes. Expenses, the purchase of raw material or finished goods we include. You can include direct expenses like carriage inwards also here, and change in inventory like opening stock to closing stock, how much changed. Suppose if there is an increase in inventory, for example, inventory increased from 4 lakhs opening stock to 5 lakhs closing stock. Now, how will you represent this? Change in inventory minus 1 lakh. Minus 1 lakh. Reason is when the inventory increases, that much of inventory is not consumed. So we have to eliminate from expenses. Suppose if it is otherwise, from 5 lakh to 4 lakh, if inventory reduces, change in inventory, we'll take it as a positive amount in expense because it is consumed. Then employee benefit expenses, finance cost, depreciation and amortizations, then other expenses. We include total of expenses. PBT minus provision for tax will give us net profit. Of course, we prepare assets with, of course, equity and liabilities, which includes share capital, reserves and surplus, then non-current and current liabilities, non-current assets and current assets, like that we represent. These four main headings and two headings on the asset side are important. Inside, if there is a line item, you write it, otherwise just ignore it. So this is about just about introduction to format of the final accounts. Please go through this question. December 2024 model test paper question. We'll start. The display full question is not coming. I request you to go through the material. Identify where these things will come. Identify where these things will come. Opening stock to closing stock, we have to see the change in inventory. We have to see the change in inventory. Then rent and taxes, of course, it will come in P&L account, other expenses. Purchases, it will come in P&L account. Wages, it will come in employee benefit expenses. Discount allowed, it will come in P&L account. Fuel also, it will come in P&L account. Then building will come under plant property equipment. Carriage inwards, we can add it to purchases. Add it to purchases. Add it to purchases. Debtors will come in current asset. This will come under intangible asset. Non-current asset, intangible asset, like that it will come. Plant and machinery, loose tools, of course, it will come under non-current assets, tangible assets. Advertisement will come in other expenses, P&L account. General expenses, bad debts. Debenture interest paid only for the half year, which means half year if it is 625, for full year it would have been 1250. 1250 is what we are going to charge it in P&L account. That remaining 625 we will show it in other expenses, that is liability side we will show. Miscellaneous expenses, insurance, everything will come in P&L account. Cash and bank, it will come in current asset. Of course, this is share capital. This will come under long-term borrowings. Sales will come in P&L account. Of course, current liability. Bank OD will come under short-term borrowings, current liability. Discount is an income. Transfer fees is an income. Transfer fees is an income. Returns outward. Purchase returns. Returns outward here means purchase returns. It will be adjusted from purchases. It will be adjusted from purchases. Then authorized capital of the company is just a notes to accounts. Closing stock, you see 35,000. What was the opening stock? 30,000. So we'll record this in change in inventory in P&L account. Then depreciations will come in P&L account as well as in balance sheet. Provide for bad debts and discount, it will come in P&L account. The final dividend proposed by board of directors, where it will come? Dividend proposed by board of directors, where this will come. Correct. Notes to accounts. It will appear in notes to accounts. Shall we? So we are going to do together. Revision class is nothing but a kind of combined study. So start. Revenue from operation. What is revenue from operation? Sales. How much? 1,75,000. Other income. What and all will come in other income? Discount and transfer fee. Discount and transfer fees. Discount and transfer fees. Credit side la irukum parunga. Discount and transfer fee 2,200 plus 100. Purchases parunga. What is the purchases given? Purchases minus returns outward போட்டுப்போம். What is the purchase of goods? 60,900. 60,900 plus carriage inwards. Minus returns outwards. What is returns outwards? 100. Change in inventory, it is actually increase in inventory. Opening stock to closing stock increased. Opening stock is 30,000, closing stock is 35,000. Increase in inventory minus 5,000. Increase in inventory minus 5,000. Employee benefit expenses nothing but wages. What is the wages amount? $55,200. Finance cost 625 is paid for 6 months, which means remaining 625 is outstanding for the remaining 6 months. 1,250 will come. We will prepare working note for depreciation and amortization. What and all will come under depreciation? What and all will come in depreciation and amortization? Depreciation on plant and machinery, they ask you to create at the rate of 9%. 9% of plant and machinery value. 9% of 25,000. The loose tools written off can be shown here or it can be shown in other expenses. Loose tools revalued at 4,400 கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. What is the value of loose tools here? 6,000. Then name any other expenses. Name any other expenses, it will come there. What are the other expenses? Any other expenses? Rent and taxes 6,000 கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. வேற என்ன இருக்கு பாருங்க. வேற என்ன இருக்கு? Debit side ல advertisement. Then advertisement how much? Advertisement how much? 3,000. அப்புறம் Fuel charges will come. Fuel charges. What is the fuel charges? 2570. Fuel charges will come. Where an general expenses. How much general expenses? Please take it up along with me. Don't wait. 4,400 general expenses. Where an bad debts. Bad debts. How much? 1030 is there. Trial balance in the bad debts. Miscellaneous expenses. Miscellaneous expense எவ்வளவு கொடுத்திருக்கோம்? 3000. Trial balance இருக்கு பாருங்க. Miscellaneous expenses. Insurance. No prepaid insurance. Nothing. No prepaid insurance. 1000. Then what else will come?
Provision for bad debts.
Yes, provision for bad debts. Provision for bad debts we have to provide at the rate of provision for bad debts we have to provide at the rate of 1 minute. 2% on debtors balance. $20,000 into 2%. Provision for discount. The 20,000 400 eliminate panna 19,600 vரும். After eliminating that into 2.5%. Are we given provision for tax? Total of income minus expenses. No provision for tax. Net profit will be the same. Let us start with balance sheet. That authorized share capital is just a notes to accounts. Authorized share capital is just a notes to accounts. But what is the share capital amount? What is the share capital amount? One lakh. In this question, there is no other reserves, no general reserve, nothing. So what will come in reserves and surplus? This net profit, P&L account balance. Only the paid up capital will come. That is given in the trial balance, that will come. Authorized capital is just a notes to accounts. P&L account, of course, 36,365, 635 will come.
Sir.
Killing.
Sir, first provision for discount sir, provision for bad debts.
First we'll eliminate bad debts. Bad customer eliminate panada, good customer than discount. Always eliminate bad customers. Then for good customers you allow the discount. So 20,000 into 2%, 400 varum. Eliminate that, then 19,600 into 2.5% provision for discount.
Okay.
Okay, I'll wait.
Sir, now first summer, I joined very late. You give
Yes,
me
sir, yes.
2-3 minutes, or I'll take a copy.
No problem.
No problem. Thank you.
So sales is the revenue from operation, other income, discount and transfer fees, purchase of raw materials, purchases plus carriage inwards minus their purchase returns. Increase in inventory, the inventory has gone up, so which means this part of inventory is not consumed, so minus 500. Employee benefit expenses, finance cost, 6 months only paid, remaining 6 months is outstanding. Depreciation 3850, other expenses 23,390. Profit before tax, you get 36,635. 36,635. We'll move to balance sheet. Equity and liabilities potachu. Then application money pending allotment is not there. Long-term borrowing and the debentures will come. How much debentures? Debentures பாருங்களேன் எவ்வளவு இருக்குன்னு 25,000. 25,000 will come. Current liabilities, the short-term borrowings. Bank OD will come. How much bank OD is given in the question? How much bank OD is given? 12,000. Trade payable is nothing but that creditors. 10,000 is given. That other current liability is nothing but outstanding interest. Interest is paid only for 6 months. Remaining 6 months it is outstanding. We'll do the working for plant, property and equipment. What and all will come in plant, property, equipment? Building, there's no depreciation, 70,000. Plant and machinery minus 9% depreciation. 22,500 will come. Then now loose tools, this can be shown alternatively as a current asset also. $96,900 will come. Intangible, that goodwill will come. How much goodwill? 28,000 will come goodwill. Inventory is nothing but the closing stock. Then trade receivable is nothing but debtors. Debtors, what was the balance of debtors? 20,000 less provision for bad debts. Less provision for discount. What is the provision for discount? 490. Don't eliminate bad debts, which is given to the trial balance, because when an item appears in the trial balance, it has been already adjusted, which means a journal entry has been passed, ledger posting has been done. That's why it comes in the trial balance. Cash and cash equivalents. Cash and cash equivalents, 5,000. Cash and bank balances, 5,000.
please.
22,750. 97,150 போட்டதா correct. Balance sheet tallies. Take this up, please. So if you have copied this, please go through the next question. Please go through the next question. Then we will solve this question. Beta Limited. Go through this question. Just go through, analyze whether the item will come in P&L account or a balance sheet. Okay. Of course, credits are incomes or liabilities. In the credit side, you can find either income or liability. Okay. Purchase, of course, we'll adjust in purchase returns. Sales will come in P&L account. Discount receipt will come in P&L account. Balance in P&L account will go to reserves and surplus. Share capital, of course, share capital. Trade payables will come under current liabilities. General reserve will be shown under reserves and surplus. Like this, credit side, okay, income or liability will be there. Debit side, analyze whether expense or asset, just analyze. Then go through the adjustments also, then we'll start working. It's not a break time, so to read the question. Proposed dividend will appear as which one? Notes to accounts. It will not be adjusted in P&L account or balance sheet. It will be just appearing as which one? Notes to accounts.
Sir,
Yes, please. Healing.
and the proposed dividend contingent liability are cut.
Contingent liability கிடையாது. Just notes to accounts.
சார் பட் அவங்க பே ஆயிடுச்சுன்னு சொன்னாங்கன்னா அதுக்குள்ள பே
If it is
ஆயிடுச்சுன்னு
paid na,
சொன்னாங்கன்னா ஷார்ட் டேர்ம் ப்ரொவிஷன்ல காட்டலாம்ல சார்?
இல்ல, if it is paid ன்னு சொன்னாங்கன்னா that would have appeared in the trial balance.
ஓகே.
அப்போ reserves and surplusல மைனஸ் பண்ணிருக்கும். If it is paid like interim dividend paid அந்த மாதிரி கொடுத்திருந்தான்னா we would have adjusted in reserves and surplus.
ஓகே சார்.
It is just a proposed dividend. As per company law also, it must be shown only as which one? Notes to accounts. At the rate of how much percentage? What is the percentage of proposed dividend? 10%. You should not write like this. The directors have recommended a dividend of 10%. Like that, you would write proper notes to accounts. Please go through question number 2. You can even start answering, no issues. Just analyze whether the item will come in P&L account or balance sheet, then we'll start solving. Proceed பண்ணலாமா? Yeah, purchase, my returns will be adjusted in purchase. Sales is an income, discount is an income. All the other things will come in balance sheet. We'll see the change in inventory, opening stock to closing stock, purchases, salaries, freight inwards will come in which one? Will come in P&L account. Furniture is a balance sheet item. Contribution to PF will come as employee benefit expenses. Rent and rates, stationery, repairs, insurance, miscellaneous expenses, staff welfare expenses. Okay. All these things will come in what? P&L account. Balance sheet, plant and machinery, cash at bank. Patent is an intangible asset. Trade receivable, of course, current asset lower. Change in inventory. How much? From 1,50,000 to 1,76,000 minus 26,000. Provision for income tax will come in P&L account. Depreciation we will charge it in P&L account. Add outstanding rent and outstanding salary to the respective expense. Prepare P&L account. Okay, just repeat it. Directors recommended dividend of 15%. This will come as notes to accounts. Transfer to reserve, we'll adjust in reserves and surplus. I'll tell you what to do. From P&L account, we'll eliminate this 4,000 and add it to reserves. Trade receivable due for more than 6 months. Trade receivable, debtors due for more than 6 months. What is it? Just an information. Just an information. It will be given in the form of notes to accounts. Notes to accounts. Provide for doubtful debts. Provide for doubtful debts. Of course. Provision for bad debts. We have to provide from debtors as well as in P&L account. Authorized capital is just an information. Paid up capital, all those things are information. Issue of shares for consideration other than cash also is just a notes to accounts. All these are notes to accounts with respect to share capital. Authorized capital, issued and paid up capital, and shares issued for consideration other than cash are notes to accounts. What and all will come in notes to accounts? Dividend declared, trade receivable due for more than 6 months, and this point number 7. All these things will come in the form of disclosures, notes to accounts. Start. You must write a proper title. Profit and loss account of this particular company for the year ended 31st March 2023 or 24, like that. You must write proper title, then start answering. What will come under revenue from operations? Sales. What is the sales? 6 lakhs. 6 lakhs 80,000. Other income. Other income. This discount receipt will come. Then purchase of raw material minus returns. 4 lakh 90 minus 20,000. No direct expenses, I hope. Change in inventory from 1 lakh 50, it has increased to 1 lakh 76,000 minus 26,000. Employee benefit expenses. Let us prepare the working note. You work out and tell me how much employee benefit expenses. $60,000 plus outstanding salary 1,800. Then that contribution to PF also. Then the staff welfare expenses. Staff welfare expenses, how much? 5,000. No finance cost, I hope, in this question. No debenture, no finance cost in this question. Depreciation and amortization, let us do the working note. Patents 5% amortization. Tell me how much amount? Furniture.
34,000 into 10 each. 9,685%.
Other expenses. Rent plus outstanding rent will come. Rent plus outstanding rent will come. How much rent? 8,000. 8,000 rent plus outstanding rent 1,600. 9,600 will come. Freight. Since it is not given carriage in words, we take it as other expenses. If it is given as carriage in words, now we would have added two purchases. Stationery 3,800. Repairs 4,000. Where an hour?
Sir, insurance 6,000.
Insurance 6,000. Then what else will come?
Miscellaneous expenses 300, sir.
Miscellaneous expenses 300. Then
Provision for bad debts, sir.
yes, provide 1,020 for doubtful debts கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. Provision for tax at the rate of எவ்வளவு percentage? 40%. Net profit 75,600 will come. That authorized share capital, paid up capital, shares issued for consideration other than cash, you would write notes to accounts. Just write notes to accounts in the exam. For this, we'll take paid up capital. What is the paid up capital? 2 lakhs.
Sir, the general 4,000 நம்ம profit உள்ளது.
We'll do it in reserves and surplus. அது எல்லாமே P&L reserves and surplus working notes போடும்போது adjust பண்ணி.
Okay, sir.
Okay, take up this P&L account and try to work out reserves and surplus. Try to do the working note for reserves and surplus. Reserves and surplus. What will come in reserves and surplus? Already there is a P&L account given. P&L account opening balance. What is the P&L account opening balance? 31,000. Add current year order. What is the current year net profit? 75,600 less transfer to reserve. How much has to be transferred?
Opening balance also, sir.
Opening balance 12,000. Transfer to reserve how much? 4,000. General reserve, already there is a balance of how much? Already there is a balance of 31,000 plus in the 4,000. In this question, any long-term borrowings? No long-term borrowing, I believe. No long-term borrowings. Trade payables. The creditors will come. What is the creditors value?
49,000, sir.
49,000. Short-term provision for tax. We created a short-term provision for tax. 5,400 will come. Other current liabilities will include outstanding salary and rent. Outstanding salary and rent.
3,400 total, sir.
Next, tangible assets. What will come under tangible fixed asset? Minus 15%. சொல்லுங்க எவ்வளவு இருக்கு? Plant and machinery minus 15%. 48,000 minus 8,700.
48,800, sir.
Then, what is the next asset? Furniture.
34,000 minus 10%, sir.
34,000 minus 10%. Only these two earlier.
Sir. Yes, yes, yes.
Intangible and the patent minus depreciation. Patent minus depreciation. Example proper working கொடுக்கணும். Okay, classroom purpose it is okay. Patent minus depreciation. What was the patent?
9,600 minus 5%, sir. 9,120.
Then inventory இருக்கா? Inventory closing stock.
1,76.
Trade receivables given in the question. Trade receivables given in the question.
65,000 minus 1,020, sir.
You have to give a notes to accounts for the trade receivable. Debtors due for more than 6 months. You have to provide notes to accounts. You have to provide notes to accounts. Then cash at bank. Cash at bank 92,400 will come. 4,21,400. Okay, those are not copied, take up that particular thing. Then the next question we will see. This particular question you are going to see. Just go through that question. Okay, the third question in the handout, I request you to go through, then we will solve. So if you look at every question takes around 20 minutes of time to work. So in the in the examination hall, you can take around 20 to 30 minutes. Because if it is a 14 marks question, you can take around 25 to 30 minutes of time to work out this question. When outstanding expenses are given in the trial balance itself, it will go to balance sheet. Outstanding expenses trial balance le kuduthana. What is the meaning? Already they passed journal entry, adjusted that expense. It will go to balance sheet. Sales, of course, P&L account lo vandru. This will go to balance sheet. Provision for doubtful debts, we have to see the closing balance. Equity share capital, general reserve, P&L account, creditors. This will go to balance sheet. Provision for depreciation will be adjusted in fixed assets. It will be adjusted with fixed assets. Debentures will come in balance sheet. Interest on debentures earned. This is income. We earned the income, but not due கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. Okay, so this accrued amount already given in the trial balance, it will go to balance sheet as an asset. This income will come in P&L account. Income will come in P&L account. Unclaimed dividend is a liability. Unclaimed dividend is a liability. Interest on debentures accrued but not due, that will go to balance sheet, of course. It's payable, liability. Buildings, machinery. When closing stock is given directly here, it will be directly taken to balance sheet. Loose tools, balance sheet lower. Purchases, salary, directors' fees, all these things will come in P&L account. Bad debts. Investment balance sheet la poidum. Interest earned but not received will go to as current asset. Debenture interest will come in P&L account. Advance tax will come as current asset. Sundry expenses P&L account vandrum. Debtors is nothing but trade receivable, bank balance is given. Since purchase is already adjusted, we can ignore this. They ask you to provide for bad debts, provision for tax, depreciation bifurcation is given. How this 80,000? How this 80,000 depreciation? On building 32,000, machinery 48,000. Transfer to general reserve will be adjusted in reserves and surplus. Proposed dividend is a notes to accounts. Bills discounted but not matured will come as contingent liability. Bills discounted means we discounted the bill, but it to be paid or it to be honored. That will come as contingent liability. Try P&L account. Try the P&L account first. So you're you're going to tell the amount. I'm just going to fill up the amount. Tell me, what is revenue from operations? Sales. What is the sales income?
20 lakh 80,000.
Other income and the interest income. Credit side interest income. Don't add accrued interest and all. Accrued interest is given in the trial balance. It's already adjusted. When an item appears in the trial balance, it means already journal entry has been passed, already ledger posting has been done. So no need of making any adjustment. So interest on investments எவ்வளவு இருக்குங்க?
48,000.
Then what is the next one? Purchase of raw material and finished goods. See, I can reverse or code and do it. There are two methods of solving the question. One is purchases adjusted is given. Purchase adjusted na, we have adjusted the closing stock. We have adjusted the closing stock. So, gross purchases எவ்வளவு இருக்குன்னா, okay, what is the purchase adjusted given in the question? What is purchase adjusted given in the question? 8,40,000 is given in the question. Okay, so purchase adjusted means they have adjusted like this: opening stock plus purchases minus closing stock போட்டிருக்கோன்னு அர்த்தம். Actually, the unnecessary explanation தான் இருக்கு, but இருந்தாலும் பரவாயில்ல. It is given in the question. It is given in the question. Closing stock is more by 3,20,000. அப்போ opening stock எவ்வளவு வந்திருக்கும்? Closing stock கொடுத்திருக்காங்க 3,60,000, which is more by 3,20,000 கொடுத்திருக்கோம். அப்போ opening stock would have been how much? 40,000 plus purchases தெரியாது minus closing stock 3,60,000. இதான் கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. This is what is given in the question. Adjusted purchases னு கொடுத்திருக்கோம். 8,40,000 is given in the question. Okay, if you solve this, purchases will be 8,40,000 plus 3,60,000 minus 40. புரியுதுங்களா? opening stock எப்படி வந்துச்சுன்னு? Closing stock is 3,20,000 more than the opening stock. Now, if closing stock is 3,60,000, now opening stock would have been 3,20,000 கம்மியா இருக்கும், less by 3,20,000. So when you solve this, you will get purchases. Purchases 8,40,000 plus 3,60,000 minus 40.
11,68,000.
So in the purchases of material and finished goods, you can take 11,60,000. Change in inventory minus 3,20,000. Closing stock is more than opening stock na minus 3,20,000. இந்த மாதிரி போடலாம். அப்படி இல்லைன்னா net impact என்ன பாருங்க, 11,60,000 minus 3,20,000. Find the purchases, record the change in inventory. Increase கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. இந்த ரெண்டோட net impact என்ன? What is the net impact? 8,40,000. So இந்த ரெண்டு போடுறதுக்கு பதிலா direct adjusted purchase கொடுத்தா, ignore the change in inventory because it's been already adjusted. Directly you can take 8,40,000. Option 1, you can directly take 8,40,000. Option 2, you work out the gross purchases, then record for change in inventory. So option 1, you can directly take 8,40,000 and proceed because net impact of these two is 8,40,000. Adjusted purchase கொடுத்திருந்தான்னா, already closing stock, opening stock, the change has been adjusted. Employee benefit expenses. What will come in employee benefit expenses? The salary. Finance cost is nothing but interest, debenture interest, the debenture interest. Don't add any accrued interest. And accrued interest is not given in the adjustment. It is already given in the trial balance, which has been adjusted. Interest paid, add accrued interest, already adjust பண்ணிட்டாங்க. Let us do working for depreciation and amortization, not required. Direct away 80,000 சொல்லி. Current year depreciation 80,000. அதோட டீடைல் தான் அங்க கொடுத்திருக்கான். 32,000 is for building and 48,000 is for machinery. The total is 80,000. Total is 80,000. Other expenses, do the work. Depreciation, this 80,000 is given in the trial balance, which means already journal entry has been passed. That's why it is given in the trial balance. Adjustment la sir kuduthirukana, that is for the bifurcation, detail about depreciation for building and machine. Total 80,000. Other expenses, tell me the workings, please. What are the other expenses? The sundry expenses will come.
Director's fees.
Rent how much?
1,04,000.
Director's fees.
40,000.
Then
Sundry expenses 70,000. So provision
which provision?
to doubtful debts.
Provision for bad debts. How much is required? How much is required? 4% on debtors kuduthirukka. 5 lakhs into 4%.
20,000.
Minus opening balance.
12,000 minus.
Opening balance 12,000 less பண்ணீங்கன்னா 8,000 required. வேற ஏதாவது மிஸ்ஸிங் இருக்கா?
Sir, advance tax paid in sir.
அட்வான்ஸ் டாக்ஸ் பேலன்ஸ் ஷீட்ல தானே வரும். வேற இருக்கான்னு பாருங்க. இதை மிஸ் அவுட் பண்ணிருக்கோம். The bad debts also will come. What is the bad debts given in trial balance?
24%.
Now total this. What is the tax rate?
30%.
Provision for bad debts required is 20,000 minus opening balance 12,000 putting in 8,000 current year provision. Apart from that, there is a bad debts written off given in the trial balance. Total 2,48,000. Instead of taking 11,60,000 and 3,20,000, you can directly take purchases adjusted. Why? Because it is already adjusted for change in inventory. You can take that, or you can work out gross purchases, then record the increase in inventory. Try to prepare the balance sheet next. Only the paid up capital will come. If there is everything else, that will be a working note. Do reserves and surplus. Profit and loss account. What is the opening balance?
1 lakh, sir.
Plus 425,600 less எவ்வளோ transfer to reserve?
10%, sir.
10% of net profit, 42560. General reserve எவ்வளோ கொடுத்துருக்காங்க opening balance?
1,60,000, sir.
1,60,000 plus 42,560. Any other reserve? Then try to do all the other things. Try பண்ணுங்க. Everything else you can try. Tell me the other items for balance sheet. What will come under long-term borrowings? Debentures.
8 lakhs, sir.
8 lakhs debentures. Trade payable இருக்கா? Creditors.
3 lakhs, sir.
Short-term provision for tax. Other current liability ல என்னெல்லாம் வரும்? That outstanding interest. The credit side ல கொடுத்திருப்பான் பாருங்க. Debit side ல கொடுத்தது accrued interest is an asset. Outstanding interest credit side ல இருக்கும். How much? This 56,000. Unclaimed dividend. It is not proposed dividend. Dividend already declared. but shareholders are yet to claim. We had seen the regular class, 7 years you have to keep any money due to shareholders, you have to keep it for 7 years. அதுக்கப்புறமா you have to transfer to IEPS, Investors Education and Protection Fund account. வேற என்ன இருக்கு? Outstanding expenses. How much outstanding expenses already given? 8,000. Plant, property, equipment. We have loose tools can be included in inventory also. Alternatively, you can include in inventory also, no problem. Buildings and machinery. Cost is given in the trial balance. Debit side la cost கொடுத்திருக்காங்க 11,60,000. The other one 4 lakhs. Less accumulated depreciation. Accumulated depreciation is given on the credit side, 2 lakh and 2,20,000. Will you deduct current year depreciation? Current year depreciation deduct பண்ணுவீங்களா? Current year depreciation bifurcation is also given. Adjustment 32,000, 48,000 கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. Will you deduct this? Answer பண்ணுங்க.
No, sir.
Why? Yeah, no. Because the depreciation is already adjusted or given in the trial balance. Depreciation is already adjusted and given in trial balance. Now they would have passed journal entry for current year depreciation. Depreciation account data to provision for depreciation. Already journal entry pass பண்ணிருப்பாங்க. Okay, so this provision for depreciation includes current year depreciation. So no need to adjust. Loose tools, machinery, spares மாதிரி treat பண்ணா fixed asset la காட்டலாம். You can show under current assets also. These two. 9,60,000 plus 1,80,000. Any intangible asset? Any intangible asset given in the question? No. But investments are given. Investments are given. Short-term investment, now that will come in current asset. Generally, investments will come under long-term assets. Inventory is nothing but that closing stock. What is the closing stock given? Trial balance like 3,60,000. Trade receivables minus provision for bad debts. Trade receivables minus provision for bad debts. What is the trade receivable amount? Balance sheet.
5 lakhs, sir.
5 lakh minus 20,000, 4,80,000. Cash and cash equivalents, nothing but cash and bank balance, 1,20,000. More line item you have to include loans and advances. The advance tax. Advance tax எவ்வளவு pay பண்ணிருக்கீங்க? How much advance tax has been paid?
2,40,000, sir.
2,40,000. வேற ஏதாவது prepaid expense அந்த மாதிரி ஏதாவது இருக்குங்களா? Check if there is any prepaid. Yes. Other current assets. Nothing but interest accrued. Interest accrued, that is debit side la irukum. Interest earned but not received. How much?
8,000, sir. சார் லூஸ் டூல்ஸ் ஆட் பண்ணல சார்.
Inventory closing stock plus loose tools. Loose tools எவ்வளவு இருக்கு?
92,000 சார்.
So total of the balance sheet 29,20,000.
சார் அது டேட் ரிசீவபிள்ஸ்ல போட்டீங்க, இன்வென்டரியில போடணும்.
நீ இருக்குங்கிறத மறந்துடுறேன். எவ்வளோ 90?
2,000 சார்.
29,20,000. Okay, wait one. I'll come back to this. It's a very simple question. The question, next question இருக்கு இல்லைங்களா? It's a very simple question. I request you to try. நீங்க P&L account முடிங்க, then I will do the P&L account அந்த மாதிரி. First you complete P&L account, then I will do P&L account. Then you do balance sheet, then I will do balance sheet அந்த மாதிரி. This question. So take up this, then try the next question. Try the next one. அது ரொம்ப simple question தான். First P&L account நீங்க முடிச்சிடுங்க, then I'll do the P&L account part. You're going to tell the answer. I'll complete P&L account part, then we'll go to balance sheet. What will come in P&L account in this? Sales will come. Where the Verma credit side irukkuradhula. Surplus account is nothing but P&L account. Debit side la what and all will come? Purchases, wages will come, general expenses, salaries, bad debts.
Sir, the sales வந்து 41,50,000.
நீ பெரிய ஆள் சூர்யா. Total tally otherwise correct. 41,50,000. Premises, plant, stock, of course, debtors, goodwill, bank, calls and arrears, they are not connected to P&L account. In the interim dividend,
count பண்ணல sir.
interim dividend paid கொடுத்திருக்கான் இல்லையா, interim dividend paid, this will be adjusted in P&L account. This will be adjusted in P&L account. Na P&L account balance இருக்கு இல்லையா, from there we'll adjust, balance sheet adjust பண்ணிக்கலாம். Start. Revenue from operation. What is revenue from operation? Sales எவ்வளவு இருக்கு பாருங்க.
41,50,000.
Any other income?
Sales வந்து 4,50,000.
இல்ல அது தப்பா டைப் பண்ணிருக்காங்க, இங்க மெட்டீரியலே தப்பா தான் இருக்கு. 41,50,000 தான் கரெக்ட். Then purchase of raw material or finished goods எவ்வளவு இருக்குங்க?
18,50,000.
18,50,000. Change in inventory பாருங்க, opening stock to closing stock. இங்க 7,50,000 adjustment level கொடுத்திருக்கோம், 9,50,000 கொடுத்திருக்கோம். Increase in inventory 2 lakhs. 7,50,000 to 9,50,000, 2 lakhs. Then employee benefit expenses, wages and salaries.
9,74,000.
Outstanding இல்ல
இல்ல sir.
9,74,000. Finance cost, interest பாருங்க, half year interest is due னு கொடுத்திருக்கான், which means 1,80,000 is paid for half year, remaining 1,80,000 is outstanding. Of course, and the outstanding expenses will come in the P&L. 3,60,000 will come. Depreciation எதுக்கு போடணும்?
Plant மட்டும் sir.
Only plant and machinery, டைரக்டாவே போட்டுடலாம். Depreciation on plant and machinery, how much percentage? 10%.
10%.
33 lakh into 10%, 3,30,000. 33 lakhs into 10%, 3,30,000. Other expense ku vena working போட்டுக்கலாம். What will come in other expenses? General expenses கொடுத்திருப்பாங்க. General expenses, how much is given?
74,000.
Then bad debts will come.
21,000 sir.
Provision for bad debts.
Sir, one doubt.
கேளுங்க. Yes sir. Yes sir. Typing error in the question.
Okay, this one I didn't understand. Okay.
41,50,000 தான். Okay, provision for bad debts. What is required? 8,70,000 க்கு எவ்வளவு percent required? 5%.
5%.
How much?
43,500 sir.
43,500 less opening balance.
35,000 sir.
Total of expenses. Is there any provision for tax given?
35% sir.
Try to prepare the balance sheet. Share capital, the paid up capital will come. What is the paid up capital?
40 lakh.
Any calls in arrears?
75,000, sir.
For paid up capital will be 40 lakh minus 75,000. Let us do the reserves and surplus working now. What and all will come in reserves and surplus?
Opening P&L 2,63,000, sir.
Two lakh 63,000. Add current year net profit. Minus interim dividend paid. It's not a proposed dividend, it is interim dividend already paid. 6 lakhs. So net amount will. No transfer to reserve in the question.
Minimum amount required to general reserve input, sir.
அந்த மாதிரி எதுவும் இப்போ பர்சன்டேஜ் கிடையாது. ஆக்சுவலாக அது ஓல்டு கம்பெனிலால தான் டிபெண்டிங் அப்பான் டிவிடெண்ட் டிக்ளேர்ட் யூ டு டிரான்ஸ்ஃபர் அந்த 2.5% 5% அந்த மாதிரி ரூலாக இருந்தது. இப்போ அந்த மாதிரி ரூல்லாம் கிடையாது. தட் இஸ் ரிமூவ்ட். ஸோ வாட் இஸ் த மினிமம் அமௌண்ட்? தே ஹவ் நாட் ஸ்பெசிஃபைட், ஸோ லீவ் இட். Earlier we had a provision depending upon equity dividend declared you have to create a minimum percentage of transfer to general reserve அந்த மாதிரி. ஸோ இப்போ அதெல்லாம் கிடையாது. And one more thing which is not covered in all these questions are, if you find the preliminary expenses, இங்க அதாவது preliminary expense கொடுத்திருந்தான்னா that you must write off against reserves and surplus. இல்ல, if there is any preliminary expenses given, that should be charged in P&L account. Sir, there is a trial balance, we are given a preliminary expense. If nothing is given in the question, that must be charged in what? P&L account. Other expense, you will charge full preliminary expenses. Suppose if they give you preliminary expenses 10 lakhs, if they ask you to write off only 1/5, 1/4, write off that in other expenses, balance will be adjusted in reserves and surplus. One, preliminary expense கொடுத்திருக்காங்க, எதுவுமே சொல்லனா charge it in other expenses. Sir, preliminary expense கொடுத்துட்டு they ask you to write off only a partial amount, write off that amount in P&L account. Remaining will be adjusted in reserves and surplus. Do the other things. The debentures will come in long-term borrowing as usual. Much 3 lakhs. Trade payables இருக்குங்களா? What is the trade payables?
Sir, the debentures 30 lakhs, sir.
30 lakhs. Trade payable is nothing but creditors plus bills payable. It is எடுத்துக்கங்க. Creditors plus bills payable.
7,70,000, sir.
7,70,000. Short-term provision for tax. This amount will come. Then other current liabilities that are that interest on debentures. 6 months தானே pay பண்ணிருக்கோம். Remaining interest payable on debentures will come as other current liability. Land, property, equipment, what will come? Premises. Plant minus 10%.
29,70,000.
plant, property and equipment will come. Then any intangible asset in this question?
Sir, goodwill 2,50,000, sir.
Inventory closing stock. What is the closing stock given?
9,50,000, sir.
Trade receivable minus provision. What is the trade receivable given? Debtors.
8,20,000.
8,70,000 minus provision for bad debts. Minus எவ்வளவு provision இருக்கு? The new provision is 43,500. Cash and cash equivalents. That cash
4,52,000.
no advance tax, no prepaid expenses, no accrued incomes. I hope it tallies. இல்லையே ஏன் tally ஆகல? ஓ inventory extra 0. வேற என்ன மிஸ்டேக் பண்ணிருக்கேன் பாருங்க. Correct. Next, we will try this December 2023 model test paper. Okay. You have to prepare P&L account, prepare notes to accounts, and prepare which one? Balance sheet. Notes to accounts is nothing but that working notes. For that question also, first try to prepare the P&L account. Then let us do the balance sheet. Try பண்ணுங்க. Don't wait for the answer. Do complete P&L account. Then, of course, I'll do the workings for the P&L account. To read the next question, you take about 5 minutes of time. இந்த முன்னாடி ஒரு கொடுத்துருக்காங்க ஏதோ ஐபிஓ அந்த மாதிரிலாம் அது ஜஸ்ட் an information for you. அதுக்கு கீழே இருக்கிறதெல்லாம் of course financial item relevant for preparing P&L account. Try to complete P&L account. To read the question ஒரு 2-3 minutes time எடுத்துக்கலாம். To solve P&L account you can take around 5 minutes of time. Purchases and sales, purchase returns are given, carriage inwards are given, of course. But with purchases, you have to adjust returns, then of course include carriage inwards. Wages, salaries, P&L account la varum. Discount received, P&L account, income. Furniture will go to balance sheet, rent, P&L account, sundry expense, P&L account. This P&L account, share capital will go to balance sheet. Interim dividend will be adjusted from P&L account. Debtors and creditors will go to balance sheet. Plant and machinery, general reserve, cash at bank, bills receivable, bills payable will go to balance sheet. Closing stock கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. Depreciation they asked you to provide. Outstanding rent, okay, outstanding salary we'll add with respective expenses. Provision for bad debts 5%. Proposed dividend is just a notes to accounts. Interim dividend already பண்ணியாச்சு. Then transfer to general reserve. Transfer to general reserve we'll adjust in P&L account. So in this question, what is revenue from operation? Sales. I hope sales is not having any adjustment. Other income will include discount received. Discount received எவ்வளவு இருக்குங்க? Discount received how much is it?
8,000.
8 lakh. Purchase of raw material and finished goods. What is purchase of raw material and finished goods?
5 lakhs.
Gross with working source. 5 lakh plus
2,100 minus 10,000. Four lakh 92,100.
change in inventory from 1 lakh 60 to 98,000. Reduce ஆயிருக்கு.
62,000.
62,000, it's a positive amount. Employee benefit expenses. Employee benefit expenses. Wages, salary வரும். Examination working note போடணும். Wages plus salaries plus outstanding expenses. Outstanding expense எவ்வளவு இருக்குங்க?
1,200. 71,200.
Finance cost எதா இருக்கா? Interest அந்த மாதிரி.
Yes, sir.
Depreciation and amortization. Depreciation on plant and machinery at 15%. எவ்வளவு வரும்?
36,900.
Then on
Furniture.
furniture எவ்வளவு percentage?
10%.
How much?
4,000. 49,900.
Other expenses. Other expense rent plus outstanding rent.
1,000.
எவ்வளவுங்க total amount?
10,800. Sundry expenses.
Sundry expenses.
16,500.
Then
Provision for bad debts.
provision for bad debts எவ்வளவு இருக்குங்க?
26,000.
Only old new provision தானே, old provision இல்ல.
2,920.
Provision for tax to be made at the rate of
30%.
30%. Then try to prepare the balance sheet. Share capital, the paid up capital will come. reserves and surplus. Reserves and surplus order working. Already general reserve இருக்கு plus 10,000 add பண்ணனும் நினைக்கிறேன். Already trial balanceல 20 கொடுத்திருக்காங்க plus current year transfer 10,000. Total 30,000. Profit and loss account, already opening balance how much is given? Already opening balance how much is given? 50,000 plus current year profit 78,316 minus on the transfer to general reserve minus interim dividend. Interim dividend எவ்வளவு pay பண்ணிருக்கோம்? Trial balance ல கொடுத்திருக்காங்க 16,000. This 10,000 is transferred to general reserve. We add here. This is interim dividend given. Exam ல போடும்போது ப்ராப்பரா போடுங்க. Classroom purpose it is okay. Try to complete the other parts of balance sheet. Please try to complete the other parts in the balance sheet. Tell me the other things. What are the things that will come in long-term borrowings? Long-term borrowings all over.
Sir, long-term borrowing is
Trade payables, creditors and bills payable. இதுக்கெல்லாம் proper notes to accounts கொடுக்கணும் examல because they asked clearly. How much?
39,000.
Short-term provision for tax. What is short-term provision for tax?
3,564.
Then other current liabilities or outstanding expenses. Salary plus renta.
Yes, sir. 2,000.
Then tangible assets, plant, property and equipment. Let us do the working. What is the balance given in the balance sheet? 40,000, 46,000. எவ்வளோ percent depreciation? 10% ங்களா?
10%, 4,000.
Another one?
3,600.
Any intangible asset in this question? Any intangible asset in this question? No.
No, sir.
Current asset la inventory இருக்கு. Inventory 98,000 இருக்கும். Trade receivable is nothing but what is it? Debtors plus bills receivable minus on the provision for bad debts.
55,780.
55,780. Debtors plus bills receivable minus provision for bad debts. Bank balance கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. What is the bank balance given?
8,000, sir.
8,000 cash at bank. No cash in hand. 8,000. It's a December 2023 exam question paper. Of course, it is similar to what we have done. The question இருக்கு இல்லைங்களா? The question is nothing but the closing stock is more by 3,20,000 கொடுத்திருப்பாங்க. இதே மாதிரி adjustments அதுல இருக்கும். Similar adjustments you can find. Provision 4%, income tax 30,000, depreciation நம்ம போட்டோம் இல்லையா? Already trial balance la depreciation கொடுத்திருப்பாங்க. Depreciation would have been given in the trial balance. The 20,000. நம்ம போட்டது 80,000, இங்க 20,000. Directors recommended dividend of 25%. It will come as notes to accounts. Transfer to reserve. Transfer to reserve will appear in, of course, balance sheet. This question paper is nothing but இதே model. Only numbers are different. Same question da. Only numbers are different. You can even look at the trial balance also. Okay, sales. This outstanding expenses will go to balance sheet. அதே மாதிரி தான் இருக்கும். Only numbers are different. This provision for depreciation will directly adjust in the balance sheet. Same. Interest accrued, etc. Only the numbers are different. Try பண்ணுங்க பார்க்கலாம். At home you can try this. At home you can try this. Must try this at home. This question is also similar to which question? இதே மாதிரி question பண்ணிருப்போமே, exam question. இந்த மாதிரி question. The December 2024 MTP. இதே மாதிரி தான் இருக்கும். Only numbers are different. Numbers are different. You can check. Interim dividend paid, staff welfare expenses. அதே மாதிரி தான் இருக்கும். Outstanding rent and salary will add it to, of course, expenses அந்த மாதிரி. Only, I mean, stock இங்க 3 lakhs இருக்கு. இங்க எவ்வளவு இருக்கு பாருங்க. I hope half the amounts. இதில் இருக்கிறது எல்லாமே half the amounts இருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். செக் பண்ணிப்பா.
Sir, previous.
So these two questions you can try at home. Everything is இந்த question அதே மாதிரி தான். Okay. This question, it is a new type question you must work out. Try it. Oh, இது அதே மாதிரி தான் பண்ணிருக்கேன். Already in the contribution to PF will come in employee benefit expenses, staff welfare expenses. இதே மாதிரி question பண்ணிருக்கோம் இல்லையா? Closing stock is 1,76,000. 1,50,000, 1,76,000. இதே மாதிரி பண்ணிருக்கோமா question? அதே question தான். The December 2024 MTP just repeated. இதோட question அப்படியே repeated தான் அது. Last question is nothing but repetition of the same question. Same question. Dividend distribution tax is irrelevant for solving. Provide 1,020 for doubtful debts. The due for more than 6 months எல்லாம் போட்டுமே. இதே மாதிரி question தான். You can try it at home. So the last 3 questions you can try it at home or you can just see through the answers. When this dividend is paid, this dividend distribution tax is payable. It will not affect the problem. It will not affect the problem. So tax pay பண்ணதானே dividend pay பண்ணதானே tax pay பண்ணணும். The question both this dividend proposed and this dividend distribution tax, both are notes to accounts. Both are notes to accounts. Trade receivable due for more than 6 months. The point number 8, all are like notes to accounts. Same as the question. Try to work out those 3 questions at home. Similar pattern of what we have done on the first 5 questions பண்ணோம் இல்லையா? அதே மாடல் தான் last 3 questions இருக்கும். Try that. Try the remaining 3 questions at home. This is the suggested answer for this question. Sales plus dividend receipt. This will give us total revenue. Total of expenses, PBT இவ்வளவு வரும். Total of expenses means all the 5 heads of expenses. All these expenses. Minus tax will give us net profit. Check your answer. Check your answer. This is the answer for which question? December 2023 question paper. Please check your answer. Hope you tried, then you are checking the answer. Hope you tried this. If not, please pause, try this. And of course, this is a suggested answer from the Parent Institute website. Next. Okay, Adi. So hope you have taken up, or I request you to pause and try this. Pause பண்ணிட்டு இதை try பண்ணுங்க. Next, in the June 2024 question paper disaster answers, we will see. Main answer, main content alone, let us see. Okay, sales 13 lakh 60 plus discount received 12,000, 13 lakh 72,000 or this one. No other income, so 13 lakh 72,000. Actually, discount receipt can be taken as other income. 13 lakh 72,000. Purchases, increase in stock, all these things check பண்ணுங்க. Check your P&L account. This is for June 2024 suggested answers. Okay, pause and try this if required. Pause பண்ணிட்டு you can take it up. And this is the answer for balance sheet. Hope you have tried this and got this. Then this one. Pause பண்ணிட்டு copy பண்ணு. After this, try the next question. After this, try the next question. இது வந்து ஆல்ரெடி டிசம்பர் 2024 கிளாஸ்ல ட்ரை பண்ணியிருக்கோம். அதே கொஸ்டின் தான் ட்ரை பண்ணுங்க. So let me to show the answer for this question. Same answer now. That is what we have done earlier. Same question. The December 2024 பண்ணோம் இல்லைங்களா? அதே question தான். Same answer. 75,600 will come. This is for, don't try. இது டைரக்டாவே பார்த்துக்கலாம், no problem. In this balance sheet also, same as the previous one. Done. So this is similar to what we have done earlier.